Hey, you made it back. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of The Why Under the Roof. And this is now a part 2 of a part 3. Yes, I did lie. I said there will be 2 parts, and there actually is going to be 3 parts. On this episode, we are going to continue our walk in the woods, and Robert gets to share a little bit more about the integrity, how Above Roofing started, what it looks like to maintain the team. So with that, let's check it out. So what is the power behind Above Roofing? While it's just a really cool logo, what's the actual power behind Above Roofing and who it is?
Yeah. All right. So if I may be honest, am I being honest here?
Oh, you're being honest.
Okay.
Yeah, be honest.
All right. So first starting out, all right, this will, for some people, they'll be like, what? So there used to be something called a phone book. It's made off of these different papers. And then within the papers, it's like, look up a roofing section under the business. It's the yellow pages, they called it. And then the people that were looking for a roof, they'd go to the roofers. And then it's like, you start with the A's and the B's. And I'm like, hey, I want to be listed first. I don't have money for marketing. What can I do to be listed first? And I'm like, aardvark roofing? Nah. Antelope? No. Above. Yeah, above. And so we're like, Above Roofing. Yeah, that's it. And
you were above the rest on the yellow pages?
Yeah, we try to be. But then there's like AAA roofing and A1 roofing. So we were towards the top.
Okay.
And
I actually didn't know this.
Yeah, that's right. Nowadays, it's not needed because Google just pulls up. It does not pull up alphabetical. But over a period of time, and I was, I'm a Christian. I'm loving Jesus. And then people were like, oh, Above Roofing, I get it. Because you love Jesus. I'm like, yeah, good one. It's so after a period of time. So yes, I started out in a very cheap and non-meaningful, but what's happened over a period of time, it became more of my why. Even more so these last 10 years. Before I was like, make sales, be a man of your word, a company of your word. But now it's more like, how can I serve God with what I'm doing? And so now Above has the meaning of it is what was kind of assumed by other people, and I've adopted it. And what a great way of saying that, because we've been adopted into our God's family. And so I've adopted Above Roofing to be more meaningful and to have it be because we're working for the guy above, which is a great reason. Like, people could cheat people at the time when they put money first. And Christian for this, it just happens to be where we're at. But if you're working for a greater purpose, for the purpose of the person, and you feel like you're working for the big guy upstairs, and then, yeah, they still make mistakes, but then they own them, and then they take care of it, and they do it in such a way, hopefully it's in a loving way, and I hope that we've done it that way. That's what we endeavor. It's not a beer can. I know I'm a roofer.
You've talked about our
V8,
our values, and like how we are very faith-based. Like that's a lot of our, like, we're not like money-based where it's just like, okay, well, we got to make the sale, do the thing. But you're saying like you're focusing on the Lord and serving people.
Yeah.
But how do you do that on a team? Like, what does your team look like?
Yeah.
How do you, like, your hiring process?
What, oh my goodness, I'm loving this. This is awesome. All right. I would say, what does it mean? And this is how I think I'll answer it. What does it mean to be a Christian and being a Christian businessman? And how does that apply in the industry and how to hire? First of all, if you're a consumer out there and you're hiring someone, hiring because they're a Christian is might make you feel good, but God uses both Christians, and so just keep that in mind. And then the other thing to keep in mind is we're not to be the light of the light or the salt up to the salt. We're to be the salt of the world, which means that you surround yourself. Yeah, your influences are, hopefully holy and godly, but how do you be a witness to someone else that's already believing? So here's my thought on that. Still, a person hiring, they'll do your due diligence according to their why, the contractor part, and their skill set, and do they have the right systems that are bigger with accountability? Yeah, there's a lot of Christian businesses, unfortunately, they still put money first. Might get lost here. There's still people that just because Jesus first, that doesn't mean they don't love money, and we're all working through that as humans. It's not a reason to hire us. As a matter of fact, to me, that's red flags when someone said, hey, you should hire me because I'm a Christian. But let me apply this in how it deals with hiring and managing people is that, when we get someone on board, you don't have to be a Christian to be those things. We do ask, would they be offended if we pray before our meetings? Because we also don't want, where they're offended with how we conduct ourselves. They should know up front what they're getting themselves into. And and so do I treat a Christian and non-Christian? But I'm going to love them the same. I'm going to treat them with compassion. I suppose in essence, they might not even know I'm a Christian other than how I'm behaving, and every so often I say something. I think that's the best way to be a witness, is doing what's right, being different, being separated from the world. I don't have to go around beating people over the head about about being a Christian. I think it starts with developing a relationship of care, and they see how we conduct ourselves. They see that money is not the most important thing, and then every so often you seek into them.
All right, Robert. So one of the things that Above offers, not a lot of roofing companies offers the lifetime workmanship warranty.
Yeah.
The guarantee.
Yep.
Can you define what that means for somebody who doesn't know? But then also, like, how can you do that? Like, how does that even work?
I don't know. I'm starting to get nervous now. Like, actually, it started off as, we would do the work. I was doing the work myself, and if something came up, we would go out and, look at it. I'm like, ooh, we didn't do something right. And I would just fix it. It didn't matter number of years or what had happened. If it was our work and we did it wrong, we're fixing it, period. And we had it was actually my son. He got injured on a job. And so I had to come up with light duty work to help and, support his family. But so what we did is we had him actually call our past clients like, hey, if you have any issues or have had any issues, we just want to let you know, we'll just take care of it. So it wasn't necessarily a marketing thing, but after a while, I was working with a business coach. His name's Scott Goss. Scott, a great guy. He's our general manager now. But he says, what is your guarantee? And I didn't have one, so I thought. And then as I described it to him, he says, well, that sounds like a lifetime workmanship warranty. I'm like, yeah, I guess it does. Because I'm not looking at the life of the shingle or life of me, but it's the life of the actual workmanship. So it's workmanship. Yeah. And so it's got lifetime workmanship warranty. However, this is a big however, it changes how we operate. Because now I'm thinking like, oh, crap, we're on the hook. Because not only was I going to just do it, but now I'm saying it. And so it started off with the commitment, and then later on, and then soon afterwards, it really affected how we operate. And yeah, we do great roofs. A lot of companies do great roofs. But how consistent are they at doing great roofs? And so that's where the systems come in.
Yeah.
And so in order to help manage people and have them be consistent and do the right thing, usually deals with accountability. Well, first, knowing what's expected, training with skill set, having the right culture fit, but it doesn't end there. It starts there. The continuation is having an accountability to where someone looks at their work. For instance, like for me, as it deals with exercise, yeah, I intend to exercise. I'll exercise tomorrow, but as soon as there's a commitment, and people are inconsistent. I know I am. I just mentioned about exercising. And if I had a trainer, or if I meet someone at the gym, or we're going to go out running, there's a greater chance that I'm going to do that when that person shows up or I show up with the trainer. So the same thing happens when you're hiring a contractor. Who is looking at their work? Yeah, they are, but is it a Friday? Is their daughter's birthday tomorrow and they're thinking about getting a gift real fast? And, what's on their mind? Are they going on vacation? Are they in a hurry?
Yeah. Are they low on supply and products?
Yeah, and then you don't want to get
So they're like, all
that's
right,
good enough.
Yeah, they're like, all right, just like try to stretch it a little bit thinner,
yeah.
I don't want to go back to the shop. I don't want to go to ABC.
But if that same person knows someone's going to come out and look at the work or look at the pictures that they take, somehow an honest person is just more diligent at completing what they need to get done in such a way that will reflect our lifetime workmanship warranty. Lifetime workmanship by itself warranty is meaningless. It's the thought and about what's going to ensure that we don't want to go back to the homeowners. That first, it's embarrassing. And secondly, if you're a contractor yourself, that's expensive. Taking up resources, they could be at another roof doing something. No, we got to stop those service works and
ensure that their work is good.
Well, it's a great question. It starts with a standard, the roofing standard. And so there are standards out there. We use a common one called mattress shingle applicated from CertainTeed. They are without the standard, it's always done right. But you got to compare, what it actually is versus some type of standard. And without that, anything could be true. Anything could be right.
Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this series of The Why Under the Roof. Make sure that you hit subscribe, and over here there's some videos that are best for you. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below. And if I can't answer them, I'll find somebody above who can. Thanks for watching, guys.